Home is Here on PBS Hawaiʻi is sponsored by Hawaii Leadership Forum, HEI, the Olson Trust, and Pasha Hawaii.
Aloha, I'm Kala'i Miller, and welcome to Home is Here. For more than half a century, railroads helped shape life across our islands. While much has changed since then, a dedicated group of volunteers is keeping that history alive. All aboard for a trip into Hawaii's past.
The common carrier railroads actually started on Maui, and that was in 1881. Oʻahu followed a little bit later with the Oʻahu Railway and Land Company, founded by Benjamin Franklin Dillingham, and that occurred in 1889. His idea was to connect the various portions of the island and the various plantations. The ORNL hauled fresh pineapple from the fields to the canneries, and then from the canneries to the warehouses for further shipment. Initially, the Navy did not have any railroad of their own, so everything was handled by the ORNL from Honolulu to Pearl Harbor. All of this well prior to the Second World War, which is when the ORNL actually hit its full stride. During the war, the ORNL ran 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, continually. They were hauling troops, they were hauling material to and from all the various ports. One of the downsides, the military built a significant road system on the island of Oʻahu. So at the end of the war, the ORNL, with their tired equipment, were forced to raise their tariffs significantly. And the shippers that remained, primarily the plantations, decided that they could haul by truck and save money. So the ORNL abandoned their main line on December 31st, 1947, and the line was torn up. The ORNL, although it had abandoned their main line, continued in existence as a terminal railroad serving primarily downtown Honolulu. It handled pineapple from off-island that arrived on barges, and it handled cattle to the slaughterhouse. It existed as such up until its very end, and that was about 1972. That's when the final abandonment occurred, and the ORNL as a railroad ceased to exist. So from its heyday of 73 miles, 72 miles of main line, the ORNL has been reduced now to about 7 miles of usable track that the Society maintains and operates on. The Hawaiian Railway Society had started in the late 70s. We have a mission vision statement. Essentially, it is for the restoration, preservation, and operation of the historic railroad equipment and the remaining portions of the ORNL main line. We have restored and rebuilt a number of pieces of equipment. This is the locomotive that started it all, Kawila 6. This was the first locomotive used on the ORNL. Dillingham had ordered 2 Baldwin locomotives for delivery for the opening of his railroad. They failed to arrive in time. The Hawaiian government had actually purchased this locomotive for use in a quarry. Now, the stories vary, but either it was too big for the quarry or the quarry turns were too tight for the locomotive. This locomotive was sitting on the pier unused. Dillingham needed a locomotive and he bought it. It was named Kawila, Lightning. All of our passenger cars started out life as Army flat cars and have had extensive maintenance, and we have added roofs and benches. Now, those particular cars may look rather crude, but they are actually fairly decent replicas of the third-class cars that the ORNL originally ordered in 1889. We try to teach, we try to be an educational experience as well as a recreational experience, and to expose as many people as possible to what used to be. Our rides are fully narrated, about 90 minutes, and explain the history of the railroad, the history of the surrounding area. It seems that very few people that are born and raised here in Hawaii, because of the lapse of time, aren't really aware of how important and what a major player the railroads were in the development of the islands, of the economy, of the state. We would love to improve that. We are slowly seeing people becoming aware, little by little. And the more history you learn, the more important these pieces of that history become. Right down to the little tiny things. It's a testament to everyone who went before us, and should be respected and honored.
Mahalo for joining us. PBS Hawaii continues the tradition of storytelling because of your generosity. If you'd like to support our mission, please visit pbshawaii.org and click on the donate button. For Home is Here, I'm Kala'i Miller. Ahui ho.